Happy Friday, Sporty Shorty. How we
Happy
doing
Friday.
today?
I'm good. Happy Friday to you.
Thank
I'm
you,
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. And before we even get started, let's just remind the folks that they've been enjoying the content to please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you never miss a video from Sporty Shorty himself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do that. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it. All right. Before I get into my topic of the day, I gotta hit on a couple of things 1st. Big shout out to Serena and Venus, who played their doubles match last night. They did not win,
Aww.
but it was good to see them play doubles again, which would probably be the last time they play doubles. Being that Serena's probably gonna evolve into her next
Next chapter
in life, trying to increase her family and handle her business and spiritual endeavors. So with that being said, congratulations to Serena and Venus. Job well done throughout the years. Another thing, I want to give a big shout out to somebody who was in my comments the other day. This guy, Worldwide L. Appreciate you. Salute to you. Thank you for showing love in my comments. This gentleman has a podcast called For the Love of the Game. It's also on YouTube. Interesting topics, very good sports analysis. Y'all get a chance, check him out. Worldwide L, For the Love of the Game.
Okay.
So I want to get that out. Thanks for showing love to a brother. Appreciate it. Next topic, RJ Barrett got his extension.
Okay, good for him.
Yes, I'm very happy about that. Big props to RJ Barrett, who got a well-deserved extension from the New York Knicks. Extension's 4 years, $107 million guaranteed.
Nice.
With incentives to get up to $120 million. So big shout out to RJ Barrett. Glad you got your extension.
Salute.
Salute to RJ Barrett. Thank you very much. Let's get into the topic.
All right.
Donovan Mitchell trade went down.
Man. Oh, man.
Donovan Mitchell trade went down. Guess what, y'all? Not to the Knicks.
Not to the Knicks.
Not to the Knicks.
No.
Not to the Knicks. All this talk for the past 2 months. And what?
Not to the Knicks.
The man gets traded to Cleveland.
Cleveland of all places.
Cleveland. No shade to Cleveland.
Right.
No shade to
You
Cleveland.
got no problem with Cleveland.
I ain't got no problem with Cleveland, period. But for the past 2 months, we've been talking Donovan Mitchell trade to the Knicks. No trade to the Knicks. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the trade. Cleveland gets Donovan Mitchell. Utah gets 3 unprotected first-round picks. 2 pick swaps. They get Colin Sexton. They get Lauri Markkanen. And they also get the rookie Ochai Agbaji. The way I look at it, good trade for Cleveland.
Right. It sounds like they
Good
got
trade
a lot.
for Cleveland.
So they only have to give up Donovan Mitchell?
Cleveland got Donovan Mitchell.
But I'm saying that's all they got?
That's what Utah got.
Wow.
That's what Utah got. But to me,
It seems a little lopsided, no?
Those players that Utah got. Colin Sexton's coming off a major injury. We don't know what he's going to be.
Okay.
You know, he's a good player, but you never know when someone comes off a major injury,
Right.
you know, how they're going to respond.
True.
You know, so he's the best player going to Utah in terms of his talent. But again, like I said, last year he didn't really play. So we have to see what he does in Utah. Lauri Markkanen is a decent player. He's a good player. He's not a star player, but he's all right. But he doesn't move the needle.
Okay.
Ochai Agbaji's a rookie, unproven. We don't know. He had a good college career in Kansas, but we don't know what he's going to do in the NBA.
Okay, so a lot of questions.
So it's question marks when it comes to this trade. Cleveland definitely got the best player in the deal, Donovan Mitchell. And Cleveland, at this point, is a better team than the Knicks. So they gonna have a squad. They got Darius Garland, who's an All-Star last season. They got Donovan Mitchell now. They have Evan Mobley, who I think is a star in the future. They got Jared Allen, the Fro. You know, who the Fro's a good player. He's one of the better centers in the league, young centers in the league. They got Karis LeVert, who I love. They still got Kevin Love. They got a squad. Isaac Okoro, they have. You know, he's up and coming. They're gonna be probably, if I have to think off the top, probably a top 5 seed in the East, maybe 4, but probably there's probably about 4 teams in the East better than Cleveland right now. But I say they'll probably be top 5, top 6 team. They'll definitely be a playoff team, and they might be better than that, depending on how all these guys develop and how they mesh. It's possible they could be one of the top teams in the East.
Okay.
So props to Cleveland for pulling the deal off. I'm not as mad as some Knicks fans, because some Knicks fans they want to tear the Garden down.
Ooh.
You know, some Knicks fans are going hard. They're going in, especially Stephen A. Smith.
Are they just feeling like? And I didn't catch First Take today yet. So is it that they're upset that the Knicks didn't go harder for the deal?
Some people wanted the Knicks to go harder. They wanted the deal to happen no matter what.
Got it.
I'm not one of them guys that say, "Oh, make the deal happen no matter what."
Right.
I wanted the deal to happen.
That.
I expressed it. I said I did not want R.J. Barrett in the deal. Utah wanted R.J. Barrett. I didn't want him. I mean, I didn't want Donovan Mitchell for R.J. Barrett.
Right.
You know, I didn't want him to be involved in the deal. Some Knicks fans were okay with that. They don't believe in R.J. Barrett the same way I believe in R.J. Barrett's talent. So, you know, I get it.
And clearly the Knicks believe in
And the Knicks believe in R.J. Barrett. And what happened was Utah thought they were close to a deal with the Knicks. The Knicks thought they were close to a deal with Utah. But Leon Rose had this Monday night deadline for a deal to get done. It did not get done by Monday night. So he proceeded to sign R.J. Barrett, which in turn pissed off Utah. Danny Ainge got upset about that because it made it harder to do a deal with R.J. Barrett. They could have still done a deal without R.J. Barrett, but they wanted R.J. Barrett. Utah also wanted Quentin Grimes. The Knicks were not willing to give up R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes. The Knicks were willing to give up R.J. Barrett, but they weren't willing to give up him and Grimes. And they weren't prepared to give up a whole bunch of unprotected first-round picks either.
Right.
So that was part of the problem with the deal. You know, the Jazz wanted 3 unprotected picks, completely unprotected picks. Plus, they wanted pick swaps with the Knicks. The Knicks wanted to give up 2 unprotected picks with the third first-round pick being top 5 protected. Utah got turned off by that. You know, then when Utah said they wanted Barrett and Grimes, the Knicks tried to counter and say, "Well, we'll give you Emmanuel Quickly and Barrett, and 2 first-round picks with that third pick being semi-protected." Utah turned that down. They wanted the fully 3 unprotected picks. They wanted what they wanted, and they didn't get what they wanted. I think that pissed Danny Ainge off. I think Leon Rose was soured by maybe things that Danny Ainge was trying to come back with, and just a deal just couldn't get done. You know, a deal could have got done if one side caved, and neither side was willing to cave the way that the other side wanted. So Cleveland lies in wait. Cleveland was a surprise team in this, though.
Yeah.
Because Cleveland wasn't really mentioned. Cleveland was mentioned briefly last week.
Okay.
And Cleveland backed out because they couldn't get a deal done at that point. So I thought Cleveland was finished.
Right.
We're talking to Utah. You know, the teams that were mentioned were Miami. Washington was mentioned. Charlotte was mentioned. And obviously the Knicks for the past 2 months were mentioned heavily. And it just couldn't get done. I'm not angered. I'm a little disappointed. I would have liked Donovan Mitchell to play on the Knicks with R.J. Barrett.
Right.
My thing is this. You have to ask yourself, How much better would the Knicks have been with Donovan Mitchell, having lost all those players, going to Utah? How much better would the Knicks have been? You have to ask yourself, does Donovan Mitchell make the Knicks a title contender? I don't believe he does. He makes the Knicks better, and I like Donovan Mitchell. He makes the Knicks a better team, I believe. But he doesn't make them a title contender. And if you're giving all these players and picks to Utah, it can be somewhat of a lateral move.
Right, you kind of lose your potential to become a
Right.
team.
It's if you're getting a player like Giannis, you're getting a Greek freak. Yes, he moves the needle higher. Maybe if you're getting a John Morant, someone like that, he moves the needle higher. Damian Lillard, they kind of move the needle higher. Even if you're getting a Kevin Durant, he moves the needle higher. Donovan Mitchell is a very good player. He's a great player, but he's not a level A superstar.
Okay.
He's probably a level B superstar. And like I said, it makes the Knicks better, but it makes them a playoff team. It doesn't make them someone who's competing for a championship. So this non-trade to the Knicks, it's disappointing again. But like I said, it's not something that, to me, it breaks everything, because you still got a developing R.J. Barrett. You still have a developing Quentin Grimes. And I think both of those players are going to be better going into next season.
Okay.
So there's still reason to believe that the Knicks are gonna can still hit a home run with this. Because it's not a situation where they lost out on the best player available, or the best player that's actually in the NBA or something like that. There's still chances for them to get players in the future. They still have all these picks. They still have a lot of young talent. There may be an opportunity down the road for them to get somebody even better than Donovan Mitchell. Who knows? It's a question mark at this point. Leon Rose, I think, will be judged on that. You lost out on Donovan Mitchell. What are you going to do next?
But at least they still have options available.
But then that's the thing. The Knicks of the past didn't have options. They would mortgage their whole future for right now. And it's right now, sometimes it doesn't work. You can mortgage your future for one or two players, and if it doesn't work, to be honest, you're screwed down the line. So the Knicks still have options. That's why I'm not as upset as a lot of other Knicks fans. Stephen A. wants to burn the garden down. I'm like, you know what? I get the frustration, but at the same time, again, there's still options.
Right.
And that's how I look at it. The next move, honestly, would be to move on from Cam Reddish, because a report just came out that Cam Reddish wants to be traded. He wants more time on the court. He feels like he's not getting enough time on the court. I don't think Tom Tibbs really is a fan of Cam Reddish, so he's not really playing. He's not really in the rotation so much. I'm a type of person, if you don't want to play in New York, then be out. Don't keep a player that doesn't want to be kept.
Right.
If he wants out, and this is reported, I don't know how true it is, but if he really does want out, next move for Leon Rose is to get rid of Cam Reddish and try to get something back for him. If he wants out, don't ever keep a player that doesn't want to be kept. So, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to this. If you agree or disagree, if you have anything to add to it, let me know in the comments. That's it. You got anything else to add?
No. Well, we just want to remind the folks again, if you're enjoying these videos, definitely, subscribe, and we'd love to have our community grow.
Yes, indeed.
And a happy and safe holiday weekend to everyone.
Yes.
All right. Peace.
Peace.